And then I'm going to hit go live. This meeting. Okay. It's just going to take a second and I'm going to make sure that we go live in the group. Okay, we are now live. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to make sure that we go live in the group. We don't want anybody missing this important information that we're about to share. I'm very excited to be introducing our special guest speaker today for Ask an Expert Friday. Dave, if you would like to please introduce yourself, share a little bit about your background, and then we'll get started right into the information.
Sure.
And there's this program that we've come across for our, all of the businesses that are watching this that have payroll. This is a huge value add that we're bringing to the network. Number one, for education, but number two, to be able to find ways that you can help with your business, get funding, and different things like that. So I'm really excited to introduce Mr. Dave Howe as our guest speaker for Ask an Expert Friday today. So if you'd like to please introduce yourself, please go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. So my name's Dave, and so I'm from Henderson Associates. We're a firm that specializes in government grants and funding. I've been in this industry for about 15 years. I used to do funding for Deloitte and some of the big four firms. So we used to get huge amounts of funding in terms of grants for large corporations and so on. So like they were getting millions a year and so on. So now I focus more for smaller businesses, small to medium sized companies, and so that's basically what I do.
Awesome. And you said you've been working for Henderson and Associates for how long? Sorry?
For about 5 years now. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so did you want to share a little bit of background about the company and then we can get started directly diving into the
Yeah, no problem. So Henderson Associates was started by our managing partner. So his name is Gabriel Coleman. He's an accountant, so he's a CPA. So he's been in this industry for a long time, longer than I have actually. I think it's like 20, 30 years he's been in. So he's really the founding kind of partner of the business. And and of course, if some grant programs are very complicated, then we go to him for kind of support details. Yeah.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to share your screen, we could take a,
Yeah,
take
sure,
a
no
dive
problem.
into this information. And again, if somebody is watching this and you want to actually book a call with Dave, we'll make sure that he is available. Because, the one thing is, you may not know if you qualify for this, right? So there is a little bit of a process where he can actually work directly with you and make sure that you can get all of this, your questions answered and make sure that this is something that you qualify. There are some questions that, that you may have or that they can answer for you. So we'll be happy. He's coming on as one of our partners in our network to help support these businesses and getting this funding. Okay. So please go ahead.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So I'm going to quickly go through it. So basically, for most business owners, one of the issues most business owners have is that there is a lot of programs on the Canadian government websites, but it's very hard to navigate. It's a lot of red tape. So most businesses end up not doing anything because again, you take hours and hours. It takes a long time to get something, and you're not sure exactly which one applies to you. So basically, there's a lot of programs and it's spread out across a lot of regions, and there's loans, there's tax credits, there's grants, right? So there's a lot of different things. So, and again, just people don't really know what to do with it. There's a lot of red tape. And if you read about the programs, it kind of just discourages you from applying, right? So that's just how the government is. So, we're well connected with basically kind of the government. This is, Doug Ford, we're at one of these events. So we've done a lot of different industries. Here's some clients that we've done in the past. So today I'm gonna focus on one of the major programs that we do. Like this is probably just like we've got it. So we do about 1,000 of these businesses a year. So this is basically the SRED program. So this program has been around since 1986. It's a very large program. You're talking this year they have over $4.5 billion that they're allocating for this program. The budget starts in April the 1st. So that's basically right now it's a really good time to apply because with the government it's easier to get the funding when it's a bit earlier, where they have a lot of funding available. So what is this program? So this basic program is a reimbursement on basically salaries that you spent in the previous year. There is an 18 months to submit, which basically means that if your year end is, let's say, December, then you can still do the tax year 2024 because you add 18 months to December 2024, you get June 2026. So basically, so that's kind of the time limit. Typically, how much you can get every year depends on your size of your company. So let's say you have like 100,000. Let's say you have $300,000 in payroll. Typically, you can make a claim. Your claim is around 100,000. You end up getting about 65% of it back. So let's say you make a claim for 100,000. The government reimburses you for 65%. So the government basically gives you a refund essentially for labor. So now you're asking, why are they giving us the refund? So this is based on basically some innovation that you did in that particular tax year. So basically, it could be, and I'll talk a little bit more on the other slide. So yeah, so the next thing is timing. So after you submit the claim, it's 2 to 3 months after submission. So it takes the government about 2 to 3 months basically to make the decision. That's essentially how it works. So we will basically do all the work for you. We will write the technical report. We will do basically all the paperwork. So there's quite a bit of work involved. So we'll pretty much take care of all that for you. Typically, 70 to 80% of cases are directly approved. 20% of cases require further review. And that basically means the government will review it more. And I'll go through that in the next slide. So basically, the gist of it is it's a program that's designed to help innovation in Canada. So if you're doing a different business process, you're starting to use AI, you've got a better treatment protocol in your business, all these things can apply for this program because it's basically trying to help innovation in Canada. At any time that you spend on innovation or your people's time that's spent on working on these projects becomes reimbursable by the federal government, right? So there are no audits for this program. And so let me go to the next slide. So this is kind of more about eligibility. So these are the minimum eligibility criteria. So you have to have a Canadian private corporation. You have to have minimum one T4 employee, so one basically employee on payroll. That could be yourself. And so many people, they read about this SR&ED program. They think it's only for scientists and hardcore R&D, but really it applies to any business in Canada that's trying to solve a technical problem, improve a process, or develop something new, right? So you may already qualify. So for a lot of beauty businesses, it could be you guys have bought a new machine, you're working on a new treatment protocol, or you're varying your old treatment protocols to get better results for your patients and clients. So those things all count. So basically, it's a very wide gamut, and a lot of businesses can qualify. They just don't know that they do. So if you're not sure, you can always book a meeting with us, and we can go over everything and see basically if you guys qualify or not. So this is kind of like the application strategy. So how this basically works is like this. We will do all the paperwork. We'll do the technical report. We'll do the cost calculations. We'll basically do everything. And the government does not require any detailed supporting documentation to submit this claim. Basically, what it requires is we will write like a very detailed technical report about what you did. And then, of course, you guys approve everything, and then we will submit it. Once we submit it, there's usually 80% direct approval. And that works especially like right now when the budget's new. It becomes harder as the year goes on because as the budgets get spent. And then, of course, 20% of cases will end up a detailed review, which will have a 3-hour meeting with you, and which means they will basically like ask for more supporting documentation. So if you guys are in the second camp, a lot of clients will complete the process, or a lot of clients will decide, it's not worth our time, so they don't do it. So worst cases, you get denied. Best case, you get approved. And so another key thing to remember about this program is that you want to this is a multi-year program. So it's not something that you apply just for once. You apply for many, you can apply year after year. So if you get it for the first year, then you can get it again for the second year. You can get it again for the third year. So it's important to basically get it through for the first year. And then, every year after that, you've got a good chance of getting it. So it's something like some of our clients have been getting for 10 plus years. So it's a great program. And and it's a very large budget.
So I'd just like to recap on one thing before we move forward. So
sure.
Anybody that's watching this, like if you're getting new equipment for your new location, you have a new laser machine, if you're improving protocols, if you're adding AI voice agents, all of these things that are number one, improving and enhancing your business. You're creating your own formulas, and you need R&D work done, and all of those types of things. So that's why I wanted to have Dave come on here, because I seen this and I was like, well, I don't really qualify for this. But actually, technically, I do because we're adding AI into our system. We're building a software and developing a software that's never been done before. So there may be things that you're actually doing in your business that could qualify for this, but you're actually unaware of it. So, we're working directly with Dave. So, if there's some things that you're unsure of when you're going through this information, I'm happy to do an introduction. We have a portal to help set up your applications and everything as well. We're actually locking arms and working together to make a positive impact for all of your small businesses. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So like, basically like, we've done cosmetics companies that were working on new formulation and they were approved. So there's a lot of different ways to get approved. There's a lot of things that people are doing. So it's a very good program and it applies to many, many businesses. And so the process is actually very simple. We know that business people are busy. So really like the first thing is, of course, we have a contract. It's very simple. And basically, it's essentially we don't take any payment until you guys get approved. So there's no payment up front. And then basically in terms, there's going to be a technical documentation. So it's about 30 to 60 minutes. And so that's really where you tell our grant writers, our engineering team, like, okay, we're working on this, we're working on that. And then we go from there to writing that technical report. In terms of financial data, we need your labor costs, we need your T2 tax return. The reason we need your labor costs is because we need to know kind of how much time how much is the total labor, and then from there we can work with you on see how much big the claim size will be. T2 tax return needs to because we need the T2 tax return to submit this particular claim. It goes in as a T2 amendment. And of course, we need CRA authorization because with the CRA authorization, we can basically see if you got approved or not. We can do the submission and so on. So total time typically for most clients is usually between 2 hours to 5 hours. It just depends. Now, there's also different claim sizes. Some claim sizes are smaller. So there's the $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 claim sizes. And then there's the larger claims. It just depends on your company size, how big your projects were, how many projects you were doing that year. So some claim sizes can be, 100,000, 200, 300,000. So really the number depends on really how big your company is, how many people are working on the project. And so, majority claims are going to be anywhere between 30 to 100,000. Some claims are going to be larger. So it just really depends on the company in each situation. So typically for larger type claims, it's going to take a little longer. For smaller type claims, it's going to take a little bit shorter time long.
Right.
Either way, like we're going to basically do all the work in terms of essentially, all the preparation, all of the submission. But in terms of basically, if it's a larger claim, that there is going to be some gather information on the client side, which is a little bit more heavier. The smaller claims it's going to be less work. So that just depends on, and every client's going to be a little different. But we try to make everything easy for people. The goal is really we try to finish everything within 1 month of signing the contract so we can get it submitted. Especially right now, we want to get it in early, so because the earlier we get it in, the better the approval. And that's basically the whole process.
And that's the one thing that I really love because being a business owner myself, I have had a heck of a time navigating and getting funding, right? So having somebody like yourself, Dave, and I'm so grateful to be working directly with you to support all of our businesses, literally holding your hand and guiding you through each step and saying, this is what we need to do next, and this is what we need to do next, and these are the documents that we need, or, that's the type of thing that we really want to bring into our community and our network because these types of services are available and they're government funded, but a lot of people don't know about them and a lot of people don't know that they exist. What would that do to your business if we were able to, help you get half of the money back, even half of the money back that you've spent out on labor that you can reinvest back into your business, buying new equipment, upgrading your computer system, upgrading your POS system. This is just the next level that, the type of quality of people that we're looking to build a relationship with to support all of these businesses that are unaware of these types of programs. So I just wanted to say thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Well, thank you for having me. Yeah, appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I mean, this is just an amazing, amazing program that, we're really excited to have working alongside both yourself, Dave, and Henderson and Associates. And do you have any closing words that you would like to say? If somebody wants to schedule like a consultation
Mhm.
call, or if there's like, what is the process? I mean, obviously I can directly connect you with them, but is
Yeah,
there a process for this? I see, it's written out here, but like, how would,
yeah.
How does this
Yeah,
start?
it's very simple. Like the first thing would be to kind of like, we just have, I encourage anyone, we can have, it's just going to be free consultation. We'll go through the program. We'll talk to the business. We'd love to talk to the business owner. Just go through kind of the business and then see how it applies. Because if they have something that works, that applies, that's amazing. Then we can start the process and get everything done for them. Of course, we like to walk through just make sure we go through the contract with them, just make sure, hey, here's what the agreement will be, and they're comfortable with that. And that's basically it, right? It's pretty straightforward. So and then our job is really to help people qualify as well. Like we're not trying to turn people away. We're trying to help every business. We're going to leave no stone unturned, right? If there's something we can use to apply for, we're gonna get taken care of, right? So
Right.
that's really our job, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And so you
Yeah.
said the minimum requirement is one employee.
Correct. Yeah, like minimum one employee and incorporated, right? That's
Great.
kind of the minimum. Yeah, which is pretty low. Like, yeah. It's
Yes,
not a
that's
big
great.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I love that it's not just the big fish, the big businesses
Yeah,
that have
exactly.
millions of
Yeah.
employees and things like that. Like this
Yeah.
program is available for almost every single person that has
Correct.
payroll.
Correct. Yeah, it's open to every industry, which is great. And so really like, yeah, it's open to everybody. And look, majority of our claims, like 80% of our clients are going to be claims under 100,000, right?
Right.
So we are very, very good at doing basically the small business. We know exactly kind of how to help them. So like the whole point is we're not going to consume a lot of their time. We want to get this done quickly for them. We want to do it efficiently, walk them through it, get everything done, submit it so that in 2 or 3 months, they've got that, they can get the funding. And the funding directly comes to them from the government. So
Right.
it's really
Right.
important.
I
Yeah.
mean, who doesn't
Yeah.
want free money? I mean, that's the one thing that I love about our government and everything that they do put programs like this in place.
Yeah.
It's just the one thing is most people are unaware that they would qualify for this. So that's why I really love bringing you on as one of our partnerships and actually making sure that these businesses can
Yeah.
qualify and holding their hand. It's not just like, go to the government website and
Correct. Yes.
go through
Yeah.
a million grants and you have to read
Yeah.
through each one and then you have to fill out the application. I've been there, you guys. I have applied for like 50 grants and I haven't got one of them yet.
Yeah.
So I understand the process and how taxing it could be on you when you're so focused on your business and trying to increase your revenue and train your staff and all these things. That's why we're bringing on key partnerships like this to help you get that application filled out and go through the process, but they're professionals. This is what they do, and that's what I love about what we've created here. It's just taking this to the next level and providing all of these amazing wraparound business services that we can provide to all of the members of our community. So I wanted to just say, anybody that's watching this, if you're watching this live, if you're catching the replay, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to introduce you. I can set you up. You can meet Dave directly, have that private conversation with him and his team, and see how these gentlemen and ladies can help you take this amazing program and elevate your business. What if you could get, 65% of your wages back and you could actually open up a new location, or you could, get a bunch of new equipment and like renovate your salon. Like there's so many possibilities here that, are just being left on the table just because people are unaware of things like this that are available. So I just wanted to
Exactly.
say
Yeah.
thank you, Dave,
Thank
for
you for
taking the
having me. Yeah.
time.
Great. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. And anybody that's watching this, please get a hold of me. Happy to introduce you. And again, thank you, Dave, for this amazing relationship that we've now created. I really look forward to empowering all of the businesses in our network, whether they're in the beauty industry or not. This applies to everyone. So please get in touch with me and I will do the introduction and whatever it is that needs to be done. We're here to support you. And that is the whole purpose of what we're creating within the referral network. So thanks again, Dave. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
And we'll be talking soon. I'm sure there's going to be some amazing businesses that are watching this that want to, reach out to you, get some more information, and get registered for this amazing program. So thanks
Okay.
again.
Thank you much.
Awesome. Have a good
Yeah.
day.
You too. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.